Dear friends and followers, welcome back to my channel and lovely greetings from the Airbus A320 simulator at the TFC Flight Training Center here in Essen, Germany. This is another Airbus introduction video and I'll be giving you a basic explanation of the A320 fire protection system. So let's get started.
1383, runway 27, clear takeoff. United 1538, runway 27, minus way.
The aircraft fire protection system consists of a fire and overheat detection and extinguishing system for both engines and the APU. Besides that, there is a smoke detection and extinguishing system in the cargo compartments and the lavatories, plus a smoke detector in the avionic bay and portable fire extinguishers for the cockpit and the cabin crew. So let's take a closer look at the fire extinguisher and detection system in the engines and APU. Now each engine has two extinguisher bottles which electrically operate squibs to discharge their contents, and so does the APU, except that one only has one extinguisher bottle. And the pilots control and discharge both systems with the engine and APU fire panel on the overhead panel. So both systems have a fire and overheat detection system consisting of two identical fire detection loops, A and B, mounted in parallel, and a fire detection unit, a FDU. The loops consist of 3 to 4 sensing elements for each engine. One in the pylon nacelle, one in the engine core, and one in the fan section, and one independent sensing unit in the APU compartment. So when is the fire warning triggered? When any sensor on the loop is subject to heat, it sends a signal to the fire detection unit and then triggers the warning. Or as soon as loop A and B detect a temperature at a preset level, the warning system is triggered. If both loops should break within 5 seconds, the system expects that both loops got damaged by flames and also triggers the warning system. In case of one faulty loop, the other operative one takes over and still protects the aircraft. Other than that, if the system detects an APU fire while the aircraft is on ground, it shuts down the APU automatically and discharges the extinguishing agent. Okay, let's take a closer look at the fire switches on the upper level of the overhead panel. The push button's normal position is in and guarded by this red frame. Once a fire warning is triggered, the pilot opens the guard and pushes the button, and as it pops out, it sends an electrical signal that performs the following for the corresponding engine. First of all, it silences the oral fire warning, arms the fire extinguisher squibs, closes the low pressure fuel valve, closes the hydraulic fire shut-off valve, closes the engine bleed valve, closes the pack flow control valve, cuts off the FADEC power supply, and deactivates the IDG, the integrated drive unit driving the generator. Next to the fire push button are the two agent push buttons. So both buttons become active when the flight crew presses the engine fire push button for the affected engine, and a squib light comes up in white, helping the flight crew to identify which agent is now ready to be discharged. A brief push on the button discharges the corresponding fire extinguisher, and dish lights up amber when the fire extinguisher bottle is entirely empty, measured by its bottled pressure. And then you have the test push button. This button permits the flight crew to test the operation of the fire detection and extinguishing system before each flight of the day. When the flight crew presses it, a continuous repetitive chime sounds, the master warning light starts flashing, the engine fire warning appears on the lower ECAM, and on the engine panel, the pedestal, the fire lights come on red. To perform this test correctly, you check that all necessary lights come on, the correct procedure is shown on the ECAM, and that you cancel the oral warning by pressing the master warning push button. And the same procedure applies as you press the APU fire test button. Now in case of an APU fire, the pilot opens the guard and presses the APU fire push button. And by the way, that's not the only way you can shut off the APU in case of a fire on ground. There's an external APU panel below the cockpit near the ground power supply connector. In case of a fire, a warning sound can be heard and the ground personnel can discharge the extinguisher bottle from below by pressing this button. So that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this basic introduction video on the Airbus fire protection system, and make sure to watch the upcoming videos on Airbus A320 system knowledge. Make sure to perform a touch and go at my Instagram account. The link is in the description below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out any upcoming videos. Big thank you for the support by TFC providing me with this great flight simulator. Make sure to check out their website for more details about their flight school programs and training. And see you next week. All the best, your Captain Joe.